All users of the homepage builder have user preferences which they can set to personalize their experience of using the homepage. In order to access these settings from the main homepage builder screen, we go to the show settings page in the top right hand corner, and as a non-administrator there will only ever be this one option, which is user preferences. When I select this one, there are two different options that we can do. We're going to cover this first one here. So the first option is that it is possible for a user to go in and upload and select their own background image to replace the main background image that's been set by the administrator. So within this screen here, all the user needs to do is click on this ellipses, go and navigate to an image that they want it to be. I will select this one here. Select it, you'll get a thumbnail showing a preview of what it's going to look like. Hit save, and now if I go back to my main homepage screen and I select the refresh page option, you'll see I've now changed my background image to something that was different from what was set by the administrator. The next option I'm going to show you is around defaulting what you want the workflow profile to be when you launch a menu. So let's use this consolidation workflow menu as an example. When I go into this option here, because of my security access, I actually have access to 3 different workflow profiles within this particular cube root workflow profile. But in these instances, a lot of the time, a user will have one workflow profile, which is their main workflow profile they're going to use for their everyday work, and they may just have access to some of the other ones just so that they can review what's going on. So say in this example here, I want it to always default to be UK Entity 1. At the moment, if I go into this menu, it will always default to Central Import because that's the first one in the list. And that is where the user preferences come in. So if I go to my settings area again, go to user preferences, and then down at the bottom half of the screen here, this is where we're going to use this section. So the first thing we do is we have to click this discover menus button. What this does is this searches through all of the current menus which are in the homepage builder solution, and it looks at all the ones which have been classified as a workflow type menu, and it will then list them all out. So we've got these 4 menus which have all been listed here. What I can then do is I can say it's the console one that I'm interested in as the menu item. I'm going to go into here, and under this workflow name option, I'm going to say, right, I want UK Entity 1 to always be my default when I go into it. And if I do that and hit save, and I go back to my home option, and now when I click on consolidation, what we will see that automatically it's defaulted to UK Entity 1 rather than the central import. So that is how you can use the discover menus option to get around that. It is also worth noting that in order to be able to use this discover menus section, that users must be in the security group, which is called access groups for ancillary tables and maintenance group for ancillary tables security groups. Those will be set at an environment level.